What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to another Town Hall 11 Triples episode, showcasing to you some of our amazing Town Hall 11 3-star attacks from one of our recent wars over at Red Elite, starting off with this Penta LaLoon attack by Dan. Then we'll move along to a Lavaloon attack using the bowlers, before looking at more ground attacks, bowlers and Valkyries, and bowlers and Witches, finishing up with Dan's second attack in this war, very similar to the first one, but it gave him the 6-pack, not a rare occurrence for him either, but this was just an amazing attack, very well planned, as with all of his attacks. So he brings a Lava Hound in towards 1 air defense with just a few balloons coming in towards the air defense to take that out. Notice how he also has the clan castle lured, and he's using a poison spell to take them down, but most importantly you will see he's using a skeleton spell within that to keep the troops inside and take them out. He's then coming in from the very north towards the air defense, just with his heroes and a couple of wall breakers to help them in. That will be enough to take that air defense down, and that's 2 out of the 4 that he's taken care of. He's also broken the defensive ring, so he can send his balloons straight into the middle and into the core of the base, which he needs to take out. Once them 2 air defense are down, he brings his Lava Hounds in towards the 3rd air defense, coming in from the west. Notice how the Grand Warden is going to help them balloons as well, and he spreads them around across each of the defenses that are left standing. That means that the balloons slowly clump together into the core, where he has a freeze spell ready for the Infernos, rage spell to help the balloons through, and look at the Grand Warden rushing across, using his ability to keep the balloons alive, and that core goes down in a flash. Another Lava Hound comes in from the right hand side towards the air defense. Look at that skeleton spell, again used this time to distract the Queen. Very impressive and a very useful technique to keep in mind, sniping off some of these remaining defenses with the last balloons. As it comes down to it, there is an archer tower and a cannon left, but plenty of balloons left to take them out. The final Lava Hound pops right at the end, giving us more troops for cleanup, the legend of the last lava pop. Pups spreading around the base to take out all of these remaining trash buildings, sneaking in a balloon from over on the west as well. That is very helpful for cleanup. If you can save 1 balloon, send it in at the opposite end of the map from where your balloons are, you'll be amazed at how much it can help with cleanup because of the high damage that they do. So a very impressive attack by Dan. I love how he came in at the separate air defense at the start to really set up the attack, and just a very impressive Penta LaLoon. So we will show you his second attack towards the end of the video, but let's move on to this next one by Crypts. He comes at this base again with a Lavaloon attack, but he's using the bowlers to help him in order to take down some objectives first. So you can see we have an Inferno tower, 2 air defense, there's also the Archer Queen and the Clan Castle that he's going to come in and take out. So he's using a haste spell and a couple of balloons first, just to take out some of these defenses. Now that can be very helpful when you bring your balloons in to control where they track, and make sure that they don't clump up essentially as well. He's then using the Grand Warden down in the south. The Grand Warden can be very helpful for funneling because he stands back a little bit and doesn't quite attract the fire of some of the defences. Once he's taken out some of the buildings, the King comes in along with the bowlers, and you can see exactly where they're heading for that air defense, uses a couple of wall breakers to open up this main compartment which the King runs into. Access to the core is provided with the jump spell. In comes a couple of more troops to reinforce that. Rage spell is down to help the troops through, along with the Grand Warden's ability. Poison spell on the CC troops, they're going down. The enemy Queen is down. The Inferno tower has gone, and that 2nd air defense is also gone. So the Lavaloon portion's coming in. He's bringing a Lava Hound right in from this southwest. It's going to go all the way up to the north to the air defense, but it does provide some distraction along the way and allows the balloons to get in over the top of their defenses, using the haste spells to help them power through. And as they catch up to the Lava Hound, they move towards that Inferno tower, which a haste spell is over the top, and the freeze spell to freeze it, so that the balloons can get over and take that out. Rushing another set of balloons in towards the final air defense over on the east side of the base, and then we only really have this wizard tower to worry about, but we have a good amount of balloons to come over, take that out, and then the other defenses are going to go down quite quickly, and he has a lot of balloons left over. So as we zoom back out again, you can see we have a bowler smashing against a wall. That's not doing anything, but we have plenty of lava pups helping to clean up. Plenty of balloons over on the east side of the base here, so as they finish up it will result in another 3-star attack, again using the Lavaloon, slightly different to Dan's Penta LaLoon, using the bowlers to help his heroes initially to take down them objectives of the Inferno tower, enemy CC and Queen and 2 air defense, then bringing in the Lavaloon portion to target them defenses, but still saving a couple of balloons for the defenses as the balloons and lava hounds moved around. So let's move on to a ground attack. This time we're looking at White Walker coming against their number 7, and he's going to use the bowlers and Valkyries to take out this base. Starting out from the very north, he's going to be able to sneak a couple of wall breakers in before that mortar can react, in order to bring in his Queen and Grand Warden, start out with a bit of a Queen charge and just clear out the trash buildings at the top here. So the Queen's not under much fire. We'll just fast forward things a little bit as she skips through this. Once she starts attracting some more fire from some of the deeper defenses, a rage spell is needed to maintain her health, and then she'll move around to the east side of the base. She is going to draw the enemy CC. So he's just been very patient at this point in setting up the attack. You'll see that we're close to 20%. We've taken out the enemy CC, and we're able to control where the bowlers and Valkyries will go. They're not just going to spread right around the base because we've taken out this northeastern side. So as the Queen takes that out and she continues to take out these final couple of buildings, we're then going to use a jump spell to access the base. The bowlers can then come in, help to reinforce the Queen as she becomes under a bit more heavy fire from the defenses in the core, and it just means that we can protect her, keep her alive, and that will be vital in getting the 3-star. So Giants come in first just to tank for the bowlers. Baby Dragon is used to funnel some of these quick and easy buildings on the outside just to control the troops, and you'll see how they've just merged in with the Queen Walk just to give us that little bit extra firepower. Another jump spell is used and Valkyries are then sprinkled in along with a rage spell in the core. They get themselves right in there and start just tearing up the defenses. The cores are often quite tightly compact. You can see the Teslas popping up. That's perfect for Valkyries. They'll run right into the middle of all the buildings, take them all down at once, and you can see before you know it, that core is down. We have bowlers in the north with a couple of healers that are going down fast, along with the Grand Warden. The Queen is coming through the center, and then we have a couple of bowlers in this Baby Dragon down in the south of the base. We did also have a P.E.K.K.A which came in right in the middle of them Giants, very ferocious, helped us take down this base. Final couple of defenses go down. The Queen's ability is needed right at the end as the troops start to wear out, but it's not going to change the outcome of this raid. We're going to end up with another 3-star attack and another very nice raid. I really liked how he set up the attack in the north of the base just to control where the troops were going to go, and if you haven't seen my guide for the Bow Weaver attack, I'll link it up in the top right of the video right now, and you can see how this works against ring bases. Now the House of Elf used a very similar strategy here, uses the Bowlers and Witches, and you're going to see it works out absolutely perfectly on this base. Totally eliminates the 2 Inferno towers in the middle, and they just walk right around the side of the base before finishing up with taking them out. So we've lured the clan castle at the top with a giant, pulling them down to where the Queen is entering the base as part of the Queen charge. A couple of bowlers have came in just to control the troops and make sure that they won't walk around the outside of the base, but essentially we're bringing the Queen in so she can take out the 2 layers of buildings. You can see there's almost 2 rings around the base. We need to break that ring and see where the Queen is going to go. She's coming in to take out that Eagle artillery. That will be very important to keep the bowlers alive, and then we can see that the Queen is going to walk anti-clockwise around this base. We can then bring in the Bowlers and Witches, as you can see from the very south here, to reinforce the Queen, as we did in that previous attack. Now if the Queen had have walked clockwise around the base, this strategy would have worked exactly the same. Essentially, we're using a massive troops to come take out all of the defenses around the side here, and the main defenses, the Town Hall 10 and 11 defenses, are pretty much useless. We came in next to the Eagle artillery, so we've taken that out. It means it's not constantly smashing down on the bowlers throughout the entire raid. And the Inferno towers, I thought it was very amusing. I very much enjoyed this raid. you can see how they're pretty much useless standing in the middle there. All of our troops are on this outside layer, if you will, and the Inferno towers can only reach the inner part of the base. Now we have the bowlers to bounce the boulders over and take that out, as well as the queen, so we don't even need our troops to enter that range of the Inferno tower. The one time it gets a glimpse of our troops, we have the Grand Warden's ability to make them invincible again, and then we just use rage spells to help our troops right the way around. And because the bowlers can bounce that boulder and hit a defense kind of 2 buildings in front of them, you're constantly protecting your troops, and it means you can get round all of the defenses on the outside rather easily. It just means that you have the Inferno towers and the core of the base to take out last. But you can see that we still have plenty of troops, another rage spell to help them through, and it's not going to be an issue. We're going to be able to take that down. The queen still has her ability. A couple of skeleton traps pop to try and distract our troops, but with so many left and only this one Inferno tower, we know it's going to wrap up as another 3-star attack. A bowler and even some of our skeletons are trapped on the outside walls, along with the golem, which these healers thought was necessary to keep alive. But anyway, another great 3-star attack by the House of Elf. I really like how he kept his troops on the outside, out of the way of them Infernos. But let's move on to the next and final attack of this video, which is going to be Dan's second attack. Very similar in strategy, and again very impressive with this Penta LaLoon. Coming in towards one of the air defense with a lava hound and a couple of balloons to come in and take that air defense out, but he's luring the CC at the same time. Poison spells go down to take them out, and watch this, as the lava hound pops, it attracts a lot of the skeleton traps into that poison spell. He has the skeleton spell underneath as well, and again the dragon is constantly attracted to the skeleton spawning. It keeps it inside that spell and means that he can take it out. Using the skeleton spell again, this time to attract the enemy queen fire. Look at how she's constantly firing at them skeletons. It means the king can take out these buildings, allow the queen to go in, take her out, and take out that second air defense. So again, he has 2 air defense down and just 2 remaining where he can concentrate his Lavaloon fire. Coming in towards the one on the east, again cutting in the lava hounds from quite a wide angle. Basically has 3 coming in from each angle towards it to protect his loons, sneaking into all of the defenses. He basically has a haste spell for each area that the balloons came in from as well, and then they clump together over the core. Freeze spell over the Infernos, rage spell over the top. The Grand Warden is lagging behind, so he's not going to be able to use the ability to protect the loons right over the core, so he's going to have to use another haste spell in order to hurry the balloons through. The lava hounds have rushed right the way across. They're sitting on the other air defense, so he's able to sneak a couple of balloons over from that side as well. And then you'll see again, Legend of the Last Lava Pop. The guys are so impressive at getting the lava hounds to survive just long enough and pop right at the end, taking just the right amount so that they do pop, and he has the lava pups left for cleanup, because the last thing you want is to have 3 lava hounds sitting left over, because they're so slow they cannot take out the buildings. They're very good at tanking for the defenses, but you really need them to pop to help with cleanup. So the balloons are slowly making their way to this expo. They are going to go down, but we have enough lava pups and the Grand Warden with its ability in order to take this out and wrap up another 3-star attack. That also wraps up this episode of the Town Hall 11 Triples. I hope you guys liked it. Please make sure to subscribe for more Clash of Clans videos. Feel free to drop any comments you have down in the comment section below. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out, guys.
Stay tuned for more Clash of Clans.